Hi everybody, this is Judy at Judy in the Kitchen. Today we're talking about turnip greens and how to select the best turnip greens available to you and how to store them when you get them home. You want to look for turnip greens that are unblemished, don't have a lot of scars on them, that look crisp and deep green in color. If you see yellow on them, they are aging, not your best options there. You want ones that are a deep green and just pretty and fresh looking. They're usually sold separately from the turnip roots, but some stores will still have the turnip greens attached to the turnip root. When you get them home, if your turnip greens were attached still to the turnip root, it's really best to cut those greens off from the root. You can leave about an inch still attached to the root. If you don't do that, the roots are going to pull moisture from those greens and they're going to wilt on you pretty quickly. And I think that's why most of us will find turnips sold separately from the greens, because the greens will wilt if they're left attached. Once you have your greens separated from the root, if they came that way, you can roll them up jelly roll style in a slightly damp cloth or paper towel. And what I like to do is roll it up first and then pour no more than 1/4 of a cup of water around on that towel, and then place that in a plastic bag and just close it up and put it in the refrigerator. That water will disperse around on that towel and create a humid environment for the greens, and that will help to maintain their freshness. If you don't roll them in a paper towel or a cloth and just leave them in a plastic bag in the fridge, they're going to release some water and it's going to form little water droplets in the plastic bag. And by the greens sitting against that water in that bag, it's going to cause them to wilt and age. And they're not going to stay crisp for you like you would expect them to. So getting them away from the plastic, but keeping them in a humid environment with that damp cloth or paper towel will help to prevent them from wilting and will help to keep them fresh for you. You do, of course, want to store them in the refrigerator and use them up as quickly as you can, because they won't last forever. But by rolling them in that cloth like I've described, in a plastic bag in the refrigerator, the standard rule of thumb is to use them within 4 to 7 days, but in actuality I've had them keep longer than that when I store them in that way, up to a couple weeks really, which is unusual. If you find that your greens have become wilted when you go to use them, you can refresh them by putting them in a glass of cold water with the cut side down, and that just allows them to take a drink of water, and it will help that water to flow up into the leaf and refresh them. This won't happen in a heartbeat. It might take 2-3 hours for them to freshen up that way, but you can revive them that way. Now, if you purchase your greens with the roots still attached, of course you want to wrap those roots up separately and store them in the refrigerator as well. They need to be stored unwashed and dry in a sealed plastic bag. And again, I would also wrap those up in a dry cloth or dry paper towel and put them in the refrigerator. You don't need to wet that down. And that will help them to stay dry and clean and fresh for you when you're getting ready to use them. And you want to use the turnip root within 2 weeks from when you bought it. I do hope this helps you out. Bye for now.